Hey everybody, this is John with FMP Wargamers, and I know we normally don't do a show this early on a Friday, but as I've been talking to you guys the past couple days or the past week, as soon as I get information out, I am just going to do a data dump on you guys and get that information out there instead of waiting until Sunday or Tuesday and get basically you guys getting your any leaked information or sneak peeks from other sources, especially all of our Patreon supporters. Sorry, I'm trying to move my food out of the way because I can smell it, and I'm really hungry, but I don't want to eat on air. Anyways, for you Patreon supporters, we want to continue to definitely show you guys our thanks and everything. So, getting this information out to you guys right away instead of waiting, it kind of, I don't know, the just something we should be doing, trying to get today's, there we go, got it. We really appreciate you guys helping. Before I get into this, you guys can already see an image up on there on the screen here, just some sneak peeks that I might have. Some of you might have it as well, but I'm gonna get it out to you today. I had a question posed to me in person the other 2 days ago. Today's what, Friday? Yeah, 2 days ago. Sorry. They asked, what does the donations from the Patreon supporters do for us? What do we use that money for? We have an actual studio set up, and we're making more improvements to it, and that's where all that money goes to. We don't use it for personal things. It's strictly like we just got the lapel mics not too long ago, got some new camera equipment, new lighting equipment. That's what it all goes to. So we can actually produce better quality videos. You've seen some of our videos for, weekly videos, our gameplay videos from like the conventions that we go to. We got another one coming up here in January. Actually, next weekend, the 19th, 20th, we have a GT that we're going to be at. So that's what all that's used for. And I think it was asked because I've talked about I'm setting up a studio in my at my home. Everything that's being done at the studio at my home is strictly out of my pocket. I have no access to the Patreon money, nor would I use that because that's not what you guys are paying for. So all that's out of my own pocket, and I think there was a concern that, are we just lining John's pockets or Jonathan or Ben or anybody? No, it's all comes out of my pockets. It's all out of my own and hard work, painting and hanging stuff up and dropping glass frames and shattering all over my carpet. That's all on me. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what that is, especially all of our new members. So let's get into the sneak peeks. We have only gotten a smattering of rules here and there based on what the Warhammer community page. So what I have here in my Psychic Awakening folder here, let's see. I just want to make sure. Good, you guys can't see the address. So this is 2 of 6 folder. In here I've got a whole bunch of photos. Yes, I've got 6 folders worth of material or building a material that I've got snippets on that I've already given you guys, and I'm growing on there. So I don't have point values, so I'm not going to worry about that. I think most of this we have already seen here, but it's just nice to be able to see the character, the actual data sheet. An interesting note here is that Jane Czar, and I'm guessing all the Phoenix Swords are going to be like this, do not have the craft world keyword. So I'm not sure how that's going to come into play with craft, your craft world chapter tactics, whatever they call them, attributes. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That could be something that needs to get updated, maybe it was left out on purpose because they're not really part of any particular craft world, but it seems like a missed opportunity to really give them a boost. She looks impressive. I'm not gonna lie, she does look very impressive, but one thing of note, there's no invulnerable save. And now with this game, especially with Space Marines just come out and get so much character targeting abilities, I mean, she really needed invulnerable save, Games Workshop. She really did. But, one saving grace is if she can go inside of a transport, then cool, put her in a transport. And that will at least help. So let's move on to, let me see if I can do this right. All right. Cool. There we go. Okay. I just want to make sure that it was everything was moving like. So we have Drazar's full rules. Here, I thought was cool. He has power from pain. We knew he'd get that. We've already seen all these other things: the murderous assault, lethal precision, master of blades. Adds 1 to wound rolls for friendly incubi units while they are within 6 inches of this model. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. And he's got the very important invulnerable save. And he does not have any, I'm not sure what maybe it's a Cabal is the faction keyword like Craft World. So interesting. He is, I would say, as of right now, a lot better than Jane Czar. I mean, it would not have been too hard for them to give her a 5+ invulnerable save. I mean, come on, man. It's disappointing. It's just a little disappointing. Soak that in. Most of this you guys have already seen, but what we have not seen yet, Howling Banshees. Look at that. I'm not very familiar with the Howling Banshees. It'll be interesting to have my Eldar player friends weigh in on this. To say, they got an improvement or not. But as I'm looking here, they look like they're probably normal. Looks like maybe they got an extra attack. They still only have that 4+ save. This unit can be chosen to charge with, even if it advances this turn. I'm not sure if they still had that. If they didn't, that's a boost. War Shout, the Exarch ability, Banshee Mask. Yeah, I don't know if anything changed, but I really have no idea, guys, if anything changed here, except the fact that they're getting plastic models. Now, what will be, I think, a boost is, and we'll be getting to that in just a few minutes, as I scroll through these, let you soak that up. They are going to be getting some aspect warrior temple stuff for the Exarchs. And since they have the Craft World keyword, they're going to benefit from Craft World abilities, especially the ones that I'm going to show you in a little bit. Let's go to Incubi real quick. Incubi, man, would have been too hard to make these Demiglaves 2 damage. I mean, the dual blades, being able to get extra additional attacks is cool, but man, that should have been a 2 damage weapon. Once again, I don't know if they got any boost. I would say if they got any sort of boost, it'd be right there. I don't know why that does that. With a 3 or 4 attacks, 3 attacks for the regular and 4 for the Klavex. I kept saying Heliarch, it's a Klavex. Lethal provision on okay. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by the model in this unit, on an unmodified roll of 6, you add 2 to the damage characteristic of that weapon for the attack. Okay, so a squad of 5 of these guys, which includes the Exarch, you're getting 3, 12, 16 attacks. You're probably going to get 2 or 3 extra 6s out of there. So I'd say probably about 2 6s out of the wound rolls. You're probably okay. That's kind of cool. Anyways, Tormentors. I like this roll. I don't know if they had it before. When morale test is taken from an enemy unit within 6 inches of these guys, the result of that morale test is equal to the highest leadership characteristic in that enemy unit. The test is failed, and 1 model flees that enemy unit. It's a nice little thing to kind of boost your damage potential. Let's see here. Okay, so here's a couple stratagems. I don't think we've seen these yet. If we have, I apologize. Fire Dragons, Exarch. You can take this ability in addition to the Crack Shot ability instead of replacing it. Okay, so you can get another Fire Dragon Exarch power on top of his crack shot ability. That's cool. That's really cool. That could be very beneficial. When you the Dire Avenger one, you can take the ability and do. Oh, okay. So yeah, looks like every temple will probably get this. Spend one command point to boost up your Exarch with an additional Exarch power. That seems to me like it's worth it. I mean, I could be wrong, but that seems like it's worth it, guys. Um, Once again, we still got to see everything, but that's not too shabby. Holy crap! All right, let's get into some of these. These are going to be Exarch abilities. Some of these we might not have seen yet. I should have taken the time to cross-reference with what's been up on the community page. But here, Howling Banshees, when a model in this unit would lose a wound in the fight phase, roll 1d6. On a 5-up, that wound is not lost. Okay. Oh, darn, that only applies to the Exarch. That would have been really cool if it applied to the entire squad. That would have been a nice boost. You know, I would even have been happy if they would have gave that to Jane Czar. I think that would have been a nice boost for her. Something like that. It's not an invulnerable save, but it's very similar. Fire Dragons. Dragon's Bite. The Exarch. At the start of your shooting phase, you can change the type characteristic of this unit's fusion guns to Pistol 1 until the end of that phase. That's interesting. I'm not sure what the fusion guns are ruled as. I'm not sure why you'd want that to be Pistol 1. Oh, unless maybe if you're locked into close combat and you want to be able to shoot your weapon. Okay, that could be good. I'm thinking that's what it's used for. I am not familiar, ladies and gents, with Eldar. I should probably brush up on them. Dire Avengers Exarch. Any models from this unit have been destroyed. Let me back up here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, actually this does apply because while this unit contains Howling Banshee Exarch, okay, so all these rules right here is while there's an Exarch still alive in there. So actually the Banshees, that's a nice boost. That's not an invulnerable save, but that's pretty gosh darn close. On a 5+, you ignore the wound. That's pretty much like having a 5+ invulnerable save, ladies and gents. That's not too bad. And okay, this makes more sense. And then Avenging Strikes. See, any models from this unit have been destroyed when resulting in an attack made by a model in this unit. Add 1 to the hit roll. Okay. I guess if you got shot, you lost somebody. Now, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit, add 1 to the hit and wound roll. Okay, that's not too bad. You're probably going to want a larger than regular size Dire Avenger squad. Probably a 7-man, as I think is an optimal number. Dark Reapers. When this unit shoots with its Tempest launchers, you can re-roll the dice to determine the number of attacks made. Okay, that's nice. That's actually really nice because it sucks when you roll. It's like you roll a whole bunch of dice to see how many attacks you get to make, and you get a bunch of 1s and 2s. That's a good one to take. You'll probably see Reign of Death on these characters. Swooping Hawk. Let me go back so you guys can. I zipped through that really quick. Soak that in. When this unit's Dark Reaper Exarch shoots with a Tempest launcher, you can re-roll the dice to determine the number of attacks made. That's cool. I like that. Swooping Hawk, suppressing fire. When this unit's Swooping Hawk Exarch fires Overwatch and an enemy unit, subtract 2 from the charge roll made for that unit until the end of the phase. Ooh, and I think these are the Exarch powers, so this is only a small sampling, ladies and gents. Small sampling. But that actually is not too bad, especially, if your opponents get within, you're going to drop down 9 inches. If you were to drop down with these guys 9 inches away from the enemy, or hopefully a little bit further, that 2 inches could. 2 inches is a big deal, ladies and gents. All right, Striking Scorpions, withdraw at the end of the fight phase. If this unit contains a Striking Scorpion Exarch and is within 1 inch of an enemy model, This unit can make a fallback move of up to 6 inches as if it were your movement phase. Ooh. And it's the end of the fight phase. So at the end of the fight, your opponent's fight phase, you back out, if I'm understanding this, back out about 6 inches away. Then that gives you an opportunity to either re-engage on your turn by shooting and then charging, or engage elsewhere and setting up. That could be good. That could be good. I like that. Okay, that's got some potential. Shining Spears, which I'm very surprised that they put Exarch abilities in there. This is really cool. The unit's Exarch has a 3+ invulnerable save against attacks made with a ranged weapon. Okay, that's cool. I like that. It would be nice if they applied that to the rest of the squad. But okay, that's not a bad ability. And I mean, especially with how lethal Shining Spears are, Exarchs are. Okay. Another one I was really surprised with, Crimson Hunters are getting Exarch abilities. So when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by this model against a unit that can fly, add 1 damage to the characteristics of that weapon for that attack. Fly keywords. So jump packs, suppressors, Tau battle suits, I believe, have the fly keyword. So bye Tau battle suits. Caladius grav tanks and the repulsor tanks. Okay. That's some nice damage potential. I'll take that. I mean, especially, yeah, as long as this doesn't cost you points to take, heck yeah, take that. Warp Spiders, they got some nice stuff. Web of Deceit, once per battle in your movement phase. If this unit contains an Exarch, it can make a warp jump. If this unit can do a warp jump instead of moving normally, remove this unit from the battlefield, set it up at the end of the phase, anywhere within 9 inches from the enemy. I'd be curious to see, I wonder what the range on their Death Spinners, whatever they are, is. If it's more than 9 inches, that could be cool. Spider's Bite, Power Blades, add 1 to the strength characteristic. Okay, so they're probably strength 4, maybe strength 5 now, and 2 damage. Okay, not too bad. Not overwhelming, but that's not bad, especially if it's a free upgrade. All right, what do we got here? Here we go. Craft World attributes. So this is like the chapter tactics. You can create this craft world attribute by selecting rules from the list. Unless otherwise stated, you choose your chosen craft world has 2 craft world attributes. Okay, so it's just like the successor tactics from the Space Marine Codex. So if you don't like your craft world attributes or special abilities like the chapter tactics, you can go through and choose 2 of these. We knew that there was going to be a bunch of these, 22 of them, in fact. I'm going to leave this up on screen. Let me check. Let me see if I can zoom in so you guys... Oh, crap. I'm sorry. Let me get back to that. Can I zoom in a little bit here? Yes, I can. Ooh, look at that. So there we go. Sorry. I'm just trying to see how much I can zoom in here. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to read through all these. I'll let you guys kind of... let me see if I can go full screen. If that... Yeah, there we go. Let you read through those. I'm going to take a bite of my food, and then I'm going to... I'll read a couple of them for you. Okay, now I'm done. Take with that bite. I'm gonna try to wrap these up pretty quick. Some of these I think have popped up on the community page already, but let's go ahead and focus on a couple of them. I'm gonna focus on Hail of Doom. When resolving an attack made with the shuriken weapon by a model with this attribute against an enemy unit within 12 inches of that model, You improve the armor penetration by 1. That's not too shabby. This does not affect abilities that the shuriken weapon have. So their wound roll of a 6+ is automatically resolved in an AP -3. Okay, that doesn't alter that, and I'm glad that they put that in there because there's always like weird rules interpretations at events or even your casual games, tournaments, whatnot, and that's a nice clarification there. Children of Prophecy. When a psychic test is taken for a model with this attribute, each individual dice roll of a 1 is treated as a 2. Okay. And what you're not going to see on here is the new psychic power tree, which has 6 new psychic powers. But I think over half of those new psychic powers have a psychic charge or warp charge value of 4. So you pretty much, unless you have some other modifiers, when you make a psychic test, if you take any of those new ones, you're always going to have a 4. You're pretty much always going to have cast those ones. If you took Children of Prophecy, that's a good one to take, especially if you're running lots of psychers. Man, that is a very good one to take. There's a new psychic power coming out. It's a warp value 4. I forget exactly what it's called, but it does mortal wounds based on how many 5-ups you roll on a group of dice. I want to say it's like 3 or 4 dice. So it could be, I mean, is it a big unit killer type thing? No, but what it is a way to finish off. Oh, and it target characters. So it's a way to finish off those last few wounds on a character if you're having a hard time and they're not going to be able to stop mortal wounds. It's a cool psychic power to use. So let's see here. There's another good one I liked. Diviners of Fate. Models with this attribute have a 6+ invulnerable save. It's not much, ladies and gents, but that 6+ invulnerable save could be the difference between you winning and losing a game. So, I mean, it's a small invulnerable save, but when you could apply it army-wide to all of your aspect warriors, and hell, just think about the that ability that the Howling Banshees have, where they can ignore if the Exarch took that Exarch power, they can ignore wounds on a 5-up. And let's say you normally wouldn't get a save, but you got an invulnerable save. Okay, you got a 6-up chance. It's like 16% chance, 17 to shrug off the attack. The attack gets through. Oh no, what am I going to do? Well, I got this handy dandy Exarch power that allows me to ignore wounds on a 5-up. So you got kind of a nice buffer there. Something to take into consideration. All right, so let's go on to, let's see. There's one, Children of the Open Skies. When a unit with this attribute can fly, advances, you add an additional 2 inches to the move characteristic of the models in that unit until the end of the phase. That might not be big for the big flyers like Crimson Hunters and Venoms and all that jazz, but that actually could be good for like Swooping Hawks. I don't know if anybody takes Swooping Hawks anymore, but it is what it is. All right, I think we only have one more picture, and it's a doozy. So I'm going to kind of zoom in. I think most of this stuff is about the covens, the witch cults, and the cabals. So cabals are this is one we have not seen yet. So mobile raiders add 3 to the move characteristics of a model with this obsession that can fly. That's cool. Soulbound, when an inured to suffering roll is made for the model with this obsession, reroll a roll of 1. Units with this obsession do not have the power from pain ability, instead gain the inured to suffering bonus. I'm not sure what that is, but somebody does. Especially if you have the book. Toxin Crafters. When resolve an attack made with a poison weapon by a model with this obsession, on an unmodified roll of a 6, add 1 to the damage characteristic of that weapon for that attack. This does not apply to artifacts of cruelty. For the purpose of this possession, a poison weapon is any weapon with a poison weapon ability. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but isn't every single like Cabalite warrior, their splinter rifles and splinter pistols, aren't those all poison? That's not too bad. I mean, now, I mean, you're wounding on, I think, a 4-up always with a poison weapon, except maybe against vehicles, and a potential to do 2 damage. Okay, that's not bad, especially when you're getting 2 or 3 shots. Webway warriors or raiders. The webway portal stratagem can be used one additional time per battle for each detachment in your army that contain units with this obsession. The second and any subsequent use of this stratagem can only be used to set up units with this obsession in the webway. Okay, that's it. Very interesting. Let's go over here to Coven's Artist of the Flesh. If you select this homunculus Coven obsession, you cannot select a second. Ooh. But when resolving an attack against a unit with this obsession, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of the weapon making that attack to a minimum of 1. Oh, okay, that could be pretty brutal for those people that are running lots of oh goodness, what are they called? Oh man, I can't think of it. They're big brutish creatures. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Anyways, I can't think of the name of the unit, but it's got a high toughness and high wound count. And okay, that's cool. I like that. Dark Harvest. After a unit with this obsession finishes a charge move, for each model in the unit, you can select one enemy unit within 1 inches of that model and roll a d6 on a 5-up. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound. After a unit finishes a charge for each model in that unit, you can select 1 enemy. Oh, okay, so if you're close to a whole bunch of enemy units, you can spam some quick mortal wounds. I don't see that one being used too much, but it's nifty. Dark Technomancers. When this obsession fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot with, you can choose to enhance any or all of its weapons and ranged weapons in that unit. If you do, until the end of the phase, when resolving an attack made with that weapon. Oh man, if you do until the end of the phase, when resolving an attack made with that weapon, add 1 to the wound roll and add 1 to the damage characteristic of that weapon. If any unmodified wound rolls of 1 are made for attacks with an enhanced weapon, the firing model suffers 1 mortal wound. Ugh. That still could be good. Especially if they have flamer weapons, so you don't have to roll to hit. You just roll how many hits you get. Experimental creations. Add 1 strength characteristic to all the models of this obsession. When resolving an attack made with a poison weapon by the model with this obsession against a unit that has a lower toughness characteristic than the attacking model, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay. Those are okay. I'm not like, oh my god, they're so amazing. And mind you guys, this is just a small sampling. So let's take a look at Slashing Impact over here for the Witch Cults. Infantries, bikers, or monster units within 1 inch of the enemy units of it. Roll a d6 on a 5-up. That enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound after you charge. Okay, that's kind of cool. Stimulant Innovators. When the Hyperstim Backlash stratagem is used on a unit with this obsession, it's only 1 command point instead of 2. I don't know what that does, but I hope that's a good one. Test of Skill. When resolving attacks against a monster or vehicle in a unit, in which any models have a wound characteristic of 10 or more, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay, that's all right. Wait, is that add 1 to the wound roll or the to wound roll? To the wound roll or okay, I'll figure that out. Trophy Takers. When your opponent makes a morale test for a unit in which any models are destroyed as a result of an attack made with a melee weapon by a model with this obsession this turn, they must roll 2d6 and discard the lower result. If both results are the same, discard either of them. Oh, okay. That's cool. It's an enhanced chance that you're gonna make them run away. Okay, so that's the last of the sneak peeks I have here. I've got Psychic Powers on the way. I'm hoping I'll have that later on this afternoon. I don't know if I'll be able to do a show later on this afternoon based on that, but I mean, because I'll be at work, and I unfortunately won't be able to help out or anything, or be able to jump online. 'Cause, I don't think the bosses would take too kindly to me doing this while I'm working. So that's all I have for the Psychic Awakening sneak peeks. Let's see. Oh, you know what? The other day I talked to you guys about the Crisis Protocol game, and so here I am. Reviewing all this, and here's something. I don't know if any of you guys know this gentleman, Will Begini. I might be pronouncing it wrong. He is was a big time War Machine Hordes player. One of the best in the world, if I remember correctly. He used to be a Houston resident, owner of Asgard Games, and so it's really cool to see a local boy doing so well. I mean, especially as a senior game developer. Congrats, dude. So I've been talking about this game a lot. I've got the rules. Actually, I've got a friend of mine that actually comes into the Atomic Hobby Shop that him and I are obsessed now with this game. We've been reading over the rules. We're pretty excited about this. And I think this is going to be, it's not going to be a Games Workshop killer or anything like that, but it's going to be a wonderful break because it's starting to look like it plays plays into the hands of organized play, unlike Warhammer 40,000 or Age of Sigmar. This one is definitely, like, these small games are a little bit more geared towards, I would say, tournament play. So we're going to do a little bit more playtesting this weekend because November kicks this game off. I think November 15th. I could be wrong about that date. I have to recheck with the manufacturer, or not manufacturer, but the distributor. So why am I bringing this up? I talked to you guys about this the other day. Head over to, I've got the website up on your page, or on the, let me bring it down so you guys can see, atomicmassgames.com. Head over there, check out the game, check out the rules. Wait, they got the full rules up now? Oh my god, look at that. All right, perfect. Check out everything about the upcoming game. Videos. You can check out the characters. I mean, here is the full collection of characters. This first group here, starting with Baron Zemo, Black Widow, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Crossbones, Dr. Octopus, Iron Man, Red Skull, Ultron, and Spider-Man are all in the starter box. And then the first model releases that they're going to be having is the Hulk, MODOK, and then afterwards it'll be, I'm pretty sure this is a package deal, and it looks like, yeah, it's down below, but Black Panther and Killmonger in a box set, Okoye and Shuri in a box set, and then a Venom. Now Venom, the Hulk, and MODOK are large models. They're much larger bases. Oh well, I didn't want to quite do that just yet, but you can get a good idea of what the miniatures look like. Very highly detailed plastic models. I'm really excited about it, and that's not $35. Not too bad, especially when you're getting two characters for $35 plus all the contents that you need to play the game, compared to, say, $35 just for the miniature from Games Workshop. That's not too bad. And keep in mind, this is just a small sampling of the characters that are coming, ladies and gents. Very small sampling. Yeah, they got an extra terrain set coming. Yes, you get all this. It is not cardboard, so you don't have to worry about that. Yep, there we go. 2 cars. One of them you can make a taxi. Really excited about this. All the game product, everything you need for those units are in the box set, or in their sets that they come out with. And so this might seem a little steep, but considering that for $99.95, especially if you come to like the Atomic Hobby Shop, if you do pre-orders, we always offer an extra discount. So it's a good chance, especially if you split the box with somebody, which I highly recommend. I mean, that ends up being, I mean, even if you get it at full price, you would be spending about $50 for half of it, and your friend gets the other 50 or the other half. That's not too bad, guys. Not too bad at all. And then, if you manage to pre-order, like at my shop, once again, Atomic Hobby Shop in Cypress, Texas, you can actually get yourself a discount if you pre-order it through us. So you're getting all this stuff in here for $100. So you're getting a the full terrain set, plus you're getting 10 characters. And if you're looking at every 2 characters, or about $35, you're getting 10 characters. So that's 5 sets. That's 70. It's about $105 there just for those models, and then probably about $30 for the set of terrain. So you're already at $135 value before you get into everything, all this other stuff that you are going to get: the dice, learn how to play rules, all the movement tools, everything, the card sets, the tokens. So this is definitely a freaking good value. Especially, like I said, just the miniatures alone, ladies and gents, is more. You're getting more value. Oh, and Ultron's on a larger base, so yeah, you're probably getting about $120 worth of models over. Just that's $30 more than the price of the box, and then you're getting all the crisis cards you need to play, affiliation cards, tactic cards, stat cards, map cards. Oh my God, this is such a good thing. You really need to get this. So that terrain pack, I said, oh shoot, that terrain pack is $50. So we're at like 170 now, value in that box. And we could probably, I'm gonna do 2 little quick things here. Hulk is going to be 35 by himself. I bet MODOK is as well. So yeah, probably about 170. The dice, everything else. It's probably about a $200 value, guys. You're getting for $100. That's not bad at all. So why do I bring this up again? Because we're going to be playing the hell out of it at the store when it comes in. We're going to be doing a series of videos on how to, or we're going to do an unboxing video. No matter what, we're doing an unboxing video. Sorry, we're doing an unboxing video. We're going to do a step-by-step videos, and it'll be individual videos, probably about 15-20 minutes long, that will feature this is how you do this phase, this is how you do this phase, etc., as we go through all the phases of the game, basically training videos, and then we'll have gameplay videos. I'm already working on terrain, city terrain, because I want to really embrace this game, and I want to get it set up there at the store. So what I would like for you guys to do is, if you don't mind, choose one of these, probably the questions or probably the press email. Send them an email. Jump over to their Facebook page. You can actually go to whenever you go to their webpage, the Atomic Mass Games, go over to contacts and send them an email. Send them an email, and they might have a redirect, might have a form to fill out, asking them to work with FMP Wargamers to promote this. Because FMP Wargamers, we promote a couple of stores in the Houston area. Even though I'm a member of FMP Wargamers, I work at a store, the Atomic Game Shop, or Atomic Hobby Shop, sorry, and I run demos and stuff there. I'm also one of the co-owners for Warzone Houston, and I'd like to promote it at Warzone Houston. And next year for the Texas Championship circuits for Warhammer 40,000, I'll be visiting all 5 or 6 conventions to promote games or to help out there. So I really want to push and promote this game. I think this is going to be a really solid, hot game. So jump on there, just put in and say, hey guys, reach out to FMP Wargamers, John at FMP Wargamers, or Jonathan or Ben or Ski, and we want to see some live games and whatnot. I know it's, please don't take it negatively. I just super excited about this game. I'm not looking for free handouts or anything. I just want to try to get an advanced copy so we can show you guys and get this ball going. One thing that always falls apart with small games that I've noticed is the lack of support. People buy into it, but there's not a lot of support. So this one is one that I really am feeling very, very sure about, very strongly about. I want to promote it. I want to prop it up. I want to spread the word. So reach out to them. Go to their Facebook page. Send them a message. Don't get ridiculous, crazy guys and gals. They've got a Twitter page as well. If you do Twitter, we're gonna do painting videos for this. I'm gonna go balls to the wall with this game, the Marvel Crisis Protocol. I really, like I said, I feel very strongly about this. I think this is gonna be a solid game. Probably one of the I'm gonna go as far as say it's a hit of this the year for small miniature games. All right, I have gone on way long enough. My food is cold as hell, and I just wanted to do a sneak peek for all that stuff with you guys. And I'm glad I got to share those the sneak peeks from the Psychic Awakening. As you guys can see here, I've got more to come, and probably have another video tomorrow for you guys. I should have, or it might be tonight. I don't know. I got psychic powers to deal with. So I'm gonna log off, eat my lunch, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button above. I always try, one of these days I'm going to look at my video. I think it's right here, I think it's right there. Subscribe button, follow button, whatever. Down below we have our Patreon and our schedule, everything like that. Click on that, support us. Every tiny little bit helps. We really appreciate it. We do have some contests coming up. I talked about that the other day on the Tuesday show. We're putting together a couple events, and we're going to be doing a contest. And the more people we have during that contest live show, the more prize support I am going to be throwing out. I got about 20 boxes, unopened boxes of prize support. Probably, if you're looking about $40, $50 per box. Somebody do the math for me. What is that? About $1,000 worth of prize support to send out. And I want to. So watch for the news on our Facebook page. If you don't do the Facebook, watch our Sunday show or Tuesday show, and I hopefully will have some information by then for you guys. You all have a good day. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. If you're in Houston, the temperature is dropping. I'm loving it. Anyways, enjoy your weekend, guys and gals.